Ladies and gentlemen, this is the metal takeover of the Vh1 Music Diaries. In this corner, we talk to Rahul Hariharan of Bhayanak Maut. In this corner, we check out the Rolling Stone Metal Awards. And in this corner, we've got a knockout punch from GUTSLIT. How many corners are there? Doesn't matter. This is Metal! Our guest today is a man. He's a machine. He's a transformer. He's a Decepticon. One of the most un-Bhayanak guys in the Indian metal scene right now. Mr. Rahul Hariharan, the metal drummer part monster for the Indian metal act Bhayanak Maut.
Cheers,
What's
man.
up, man?
I'm
Thank
good.
you so much for doing this.
Thanks for having me, man. That's quite an intro.
How long have you been drumming for, my friend?
I think it's about 12 years now when I started drumming. I started drumming in 2001 properly, but I started taking it seriously about 2002.
Why drums? Why not bass? You play a little bit of bass also.
Actually, it was bass. It wasn't drums. It was all along bass. I couldn't play a righty bass because of a stupid thing. I had to play lefty, so couldn't find a bass. So I said, okay, I'll just play the drums instead. It's one of those rare cases where something like that actually happened.
I know. Normally people are like, hey man, drums is too much noise. Let's play bass.
So I used to go for physics tuitions in my 10th standard, and the tuition teacher's son used to play drums. Actually, he used to play drums with Aditya in the same band, his first band called Orion. So Aditya from Bhayanak Maut and this guy were in the same band. I saw this guy play drums, totally inspired. From there it started, and then it's just been a great journey. I love playing the drums, so anything to do with the drums has always fascinated me. I've heard a lot of music in and around metal, just trying to play all of that together. It's been 12 years of a lot of fun.
How did your parents take to, Arey, he's going for physics tuitions and now he wants to be a drummer? How did your parents take to that?
Like any other Indian parent, initially they were very conservative with the idea. Obviously, it's a drum kit, it's going to be a loud instrument. So they weren't for the idea at first. I think there was a family function where it was all of us sitting and whatever, it was just everyone's. I think we were celebrating my grandfather's 80th birthday. So the entire family was together. A cousin pulled out a guitar, he knew 2 chords, and I had a bucket. I started playing that bucket, he started playing this. So it's one of those stories. They saw that and said, Ajay, he can keep time, he's got some skill. So I think that kind of convinced them. Then I would just go buy sticks and just clean the sofa, dust the sofas, or just play paradiddles all over and all. And then they were like, okay, cool, maybe this guy has some inclination. So I got a Calcutta kit first, a very cheap kit, but I learned everything on it. Like, I mean, it fell apart. You've seen this kit, you've played this kit, you've broken the snare of this kit. Yes, in 2002 or 3 years.
When I came to your house
when you came to my house to jam once, yeah. So that's where it all started. They've been really supportive from that junction till now, absolutely. Like, they've seen me grow as a musician, they've seen me grow as a drummer. I wouldn't have done music full time, or I wouldn't have played this much drums if not for that. Definitely, so yeah.
Bhayanak Maut started out as a troll band first.
Yes, absolutely.
Just to piss people off. And what point did you decide, man, this monster is more than we can handle and let's be serious?
Man, that's awesome. I didn't even know when I joined the band it was a troll band. Okay, they came and just said, hey, can you come and play drums? Sure, I'll play drums. There's a gig. Okay, great. I wasn't playing any gig. I said, okay, let's play a gig. And then I joined the band, and the first rehearsal, the guitar player can't play guitars, the bass player can't play bass, the vocalist can't sing. I'm the only guy who, Venki knew how to play guitar and I'm the only guy who knew to play some drums there. That first, it was always a lot of fun. The first 4 or 5 shows was just nonsense fun. It was us on stage just having the time of our lives. It was great. So it was around that 2004, I think, was the year for us, definitely. Like, that's when we decided, okay, we can be very serious about this. Things just got a lot more serious. I think we started getting better at our skills also slightly. And then we decided, okay, cool, yeah, maybe now we should take this seriously.
What do you think of the metal scene right now?
It's crazy, isn't it? It's awesome. There are more metal gigs happening than a lot of other gigs that's going on right now.
I would say equal, half.
Fair, okay, more than before at least.
More than before,
More than before, so that's great.
More fans.
3 more women at shows.
3 more women at metal shows.
Yeah, just 3. Sometimes 2, but anyway. I see so many more new faces coming to gigs now. Like, I feel like it's just exponentially growing. Like, the number of people are liking metal, following metal, or just coming to experience what a metal concert is. Like, oh man, they mosh over there. Just curiosity maybe. So a bunch of new faces coming in is definitely, like, I never thought metal bands would be at big festivals headlining.
So a big fact validating what you said is, like, we have an awards night for metal right now.
Yeah.
I recently hosted the Rolling Stone Metal Awards, and it was phenomenal to see all those kids cramped up in the club. Yo, go check it out. Everything that was metal and mental from the Metal Awards.
Check it out.
This is headbanging. This is a mosh pit. This is crowd surfing. This is the Rolling Stone Metal Awards 2014. This is where all of Indian metal comes to celebrate. I've been hosting this for the past few years, and I would say this is the best and biggest metal party in the country. So for everyone tuning in and checking out Earth Sovereign for the first time, what would you say your music is all about?
I don't know, man. As brutal as it gets.
As brutal as it gets. How is the scene back home in Aizawl for death metal, let alone metal?
There's nothing in Aizawl for death metal. Like, only the commercial stuff keeps on going on.
They always tend to think about metal as a Satan worshipper or something like that. But we are not, you know, we are like a clean guys playing just metal, like straight in your hair, face, yeah. But eventually it's growing, you know.
I'm here with the Kerala, Bangalore hybrid band, the Downtrodden's, performing here tonight. How is the scene back home for you guys, man? What's the scene like?
We are from a place called Kannur. It's a very small town, and there is no much scene happening. Only 2 gigs happened in the history. One in 2002 and one in 2011. The thing is, the bands, they don't have much, you know, a great venue or a, you know, plot to start. So I think that's what lacking there. And the fans are really, they are very loyal. People travel all the way from Kerala to, you know, Mumbai. They go to Delhi, they go to Bangalore just to watch, you know, bands they like.
What about your parents? What do they think of the kind of music you all play? I mean,
They are the best, man. I mean, they bought instrument for us. They make food while we jam. When we played in Trivandrum, all black t-shirt people, you know, sitting and drinking in the pub. And suddenly one guy with a juba and one lady with a you know, sari and standing there and doing this, you know. Yeah. So that was my parents, and they're really supportive.
Joining me today is my partner in crime, Mr. Dinkar Dwivedi, who's here for his first metal award. Let's do the Dinkar rating system, DRS. Dinkar, you always give points to bands, and today there are 4 bands playing, and what do you expect from these 4 bands?
See, I don't know a lot about metal, and I don't know a lot about these bands, so I'm going to rate them purely on the brutality of their names.
How are you going to give points on brutality of names?
Just you tell me the name and I'll give them points out of 4. You know why 4?
Why 4? It's good, that's good. The first band, Demonic Resurrection.
Demonic Resurrection sounds brutal as hell. I'll give them 4 on 4. There's a demon got resurrected, that's pretty brutal.
What do you think of Downtrodden's?
Downtrodden sounds okay. I mean, it sounds a little sad and stuff, but it's not metal enough. I'll give it a 2 out of 4.
Reverse Polarity.
Reverse Polarity sounds like a nerdy engineering thing. 1 on 4.
Third Sovereign.
Third Sovereign is decent. It's like all regal sounding, little medieval and stuff. So yeah, reasonably metal. I'll give it 2.5 on 4.
There you go, the DRS. How important is metal awards for metal and metal bands in general here in our scene?
I think it's really important for many people and for like the nominees and everything. But
For many people, which people?
like the metalheads, man, they really like want to come for a show. I just want to go for a show and enjoy myself.
Why is the metal awards important for them?
Because I don't know, man. Yeah, I just want to keep writing and keep getting nominated and keep coming back, man. That's how important it is to us.
Do you think events like this, a Metal Awards, is of any significance or anything to the metal scene here in India? Does it help at all?
It's a validation, it's a recognition, it's a lot of things. It's part of creating an industry for metal here.
How's the struggle been for DR? I mean, I know, but they don't know.
It's a depleting bank balance in very large numbers, but I don't know, man. I hope that at some point, you know, the fans grow up and continue to listen to metal, because that's actually what we need. So once they have disposable income and are in the spending group, then we are good to go.
Don't worry, there's a lot more metal to go around. It's the Metal Special Gig Guide. The Thunderstorm Metal Fest will be held on the 9th of August in Thane. The lineup features Orkis, Dionysian, Narkasur, Roth, Orion, Trinigic and headliners Albatross. The Entombed Metal Fest will take place on the 30th of August in Pune. The lineup here includes the Able Project, Adamantium, Anarchy, Cruoris and the headliners Demonic Resurrection. Wow, these metal band names are pretty intense.
Man, that was epic, and on that epic note, let's take a break. Welcome back. You're still talking with Rahul Hariharan, the drummer for Bhayanak Maut. So, man, I've seen some of the most rabid fan reactions from Bhayanak Maut gigs. What has been your craziest fan moment?
Oh, there've been a bunch. Okay. One is we heard someone come up to us and say, "Hey man, my friend, he was in the mosh pit, he broke his ankle." Yeah! And all of us is just like, "Is he okay?" Like, what's going on? "Oh, it's all fine, it's all fine. It's his birthday." Yeah! We didn't understand how to react to that situation. So we've had crazy fans come up and tell us stuff like that.
Which is your favorite metal acts from India right now?
Undying Ink. Bloody powerful, man. Like, every time I see them, I grew up here. It's like that. They're that powerful. Zignima, like I've seen them jam at NOC as like really young guys and see the kind of powerhouse that they are now. They're playing everywhere, having a blast. Really good band to watch. It's really sad I've not seen them live of late, but I hear them a lot in the studio. Devoid. I really enjoy how tight they are. They're a good, solid, tight band. I think that's definitely Undying, Zignima, Devoid. Every show I take back something when I see them live, definitely.
So who were some of your influences when you started drumming out, you know?
When I started drumming off, one of my first influences definitely was, the first time I heard a drummer and I just thought, wow, that just blew my mind. What just happened there? Was Dave Lombardo of Slayer. Something about his aggression, just something about how fast he was. He was relentless. Something about that sense of relentlessness is just something I was drawn to. Secondly, Winnie Paul of Panthera. I loved how groovy he was. I loved how intense his drumming was. He was just a loud drummer. You could see him.
That guy's the reason why I think drum kits were made.
Durable. Yeah, he would just pound on those drums and it sounded so good.
Can't you see I'm easily bothered by persistence? One step from lashing out at you. You want to get under my skin and call yourself a friend. I've got more friends like you. What do I do? Is there no slacking anymore? What it takes, who I am, where I've been, belong. You can't be something you're not. Be yourself, by yourself, stay away from me.
Third influence I'd love to cite is definitely Brad Wilk, Rage Against the Machine. I love that guy just because you give him a bass drum, a snare, a hi-hat and a ride, maybe a flow tom. Like, actually, just leave all of that. Just these three things, he could play a show and rip it apart. He was such a groovy drummer, so minimal and yet so much funk, so much groove in his playing.
strike the sky. Was it cash for the mass who burn its oil? For the vultures who thirst for blood and oil? Yes, a spectacle, monopolize, they hold the reins, stone your eyes, so the fist of gods, the predator bombs who stuff the banks, who snap the party ranks.
So, where do you see metal music in India heading towards? Like, what's the future for metal here?
Year on year, it's getting better, definitely. So I'm certain it's going to get only better from here. Already, actually, a bunch of bands are playing internationally. They are doing the hard work, making the effort, and they're going and doing that. Just much more of that, and it'll be so good. We've already been very fortunate. We've had bands like Meshuggah come down. We've had bands like Lamb of God come down. Iron Maiden's come down a couple of times. Metallica's come down. So it's great. I'm excited. I'm only foreseeing many more international tours and more bands coming in and more metal essentially, which is great. I guess no need to complain then. Yeah, there's much more metal.
Thank you, Rahul, so much for doing this and being on the show. It's been an honor, pleasure, everything. And as always, we have a gift for all our guests.
Oh,
and since you're such a cute little boy and no one is going to know you play for Bhayanak Maut, we got you something that will help you be Bhayanak.
Are you serious? Vampire fangs?
No, Bhayanak fangs.
Bhayanak fangs, epic.
Like, yeah. You should play your drums
Next show like
this.
Oh sure.
That's so Twilight. That's so Twilight.
I wish I could talk with these on.
I'm sure if you put the below one, we'll be able to talk to.
Yeah, like that,
And while he figures his amazing gift, which he's clearly loving it.
I'm loving it.
You guys go check out who made the news in our newsmakers. That's going to be a headline soon.
Here are some news from the world of metal this week. Iron Maiden fans have launched a petition to have the creator of the band mascot Eddie, Derek Riggs, brought back on board as the band's artist. Hey, let's also start a petition asking Iron Maiden to come back to India and take some more epic pictures like this one. Ozzy Osbourne just announced a massive compilation album spanning his entire solo career. Thankfully, it's a retrospective of his career as a legendary metal musician and not his career as a reality TV star. Metallica guitarist Kirk Hammett is making a guest appearance on the upcoming album from his former band Exodus. Reports say Hammett plays an epic guitar solo. We just wish Kirk had been as generous with guitar solos on his former album Saint Anger.
This next segment is called the boss level, or as in metal we say it, the boss level! And today on the boss level, we have one of the most brutal boss bands in the country. They have been opening butcher shops all over and they plan to do it right here on the Vh1 Music Diaries. Boss level brings you GUTSLIT. I'm sorry, GUTSLIT!
Hey, we are GUTSLIT and we are a brutal death metal band from Mumbai. And
not death metal.
Can we throw him out, please? We stick to the genre of brutal death metal with an influence of grind and slam into it, but sticking mostly to the roots of it and playing it out heavy.
People are, listening to more of extreme music nowadays because of a lot of things which are happening around us, and there have been a lot of underground genres which have come up.
We are going to Europe. We are playing the biggest grind festival in the world, which is no doubt the biggest grind festival in the world. It happens in 4 continents every year. So that is the rarest thing ever. It started off in Czech Republic, and we are going to the birthplace of the festival, which is in Trutnov in Czech Republic. We are playing with 68 other bands. So 69 bands on one stage from 10 o'clock in the morning till 3 o'clock in the night. It's gonna be one mad festival, and it's a huge party. It's a huge party.
To full explanation there about festival का नाम नहीं बोला.
In the floor, I was imagining the festival with the band, and I was like, would I always end up doing this? I love that place so much. I'm like,
it's called Obscene Extreme Festival, and it's like one of the biggest obscene parties of
and
the
ironically it's a vegan fest.
Yeah.
Atrophic cranial disintegration.
Is your Instagram feed filled with pictures of fashion, food, and women doing duck lips? Do you feel like you can't handle another cat picture? I've got the perfect antidote for you. It's the metal Instagrammies. Dave Mustaine of Megadeth with that classic stand and deliver riffage. That epic moment when Jamie Jasta from Hatebreed joined Suicide Silence on stage for their song Last Breath at Mayhem Fest. And finally, here is Chino from Deftones rocking it out at this year's Sonosphere Festival in the UK. That's all we have on this exclusive special metal edition of the Vh1 Music Diaries. But you know you got to be back here next week for some more of me.
There's a new sensation, feel the vibration, spiritual foundation.